Hey, welcome back everybody, and it's the Mohawk Forex scalping team. True scalping as always, and we've jumped on today because of course as everyone knows, we're all watching the old Credit Suisse UBS fallout. We took some nice sales this morning on the London Open, as you can see, on SP 500 and DAX as well. And then we saw it bounce back, as we've been hearing on the news, and regaining a lot of the losses. UBS shares themselves are now in the green. Obviously Credit Suisse is still about 50% down. So we're looking to see here if on the New York Open, whether we get the same kind of pattern, and we'll get some manipulation on the Open. Probably a little pull up. Like I took some buys on the initial Open and before it drops again, and then we'll have a rebound again, or we're going to go straight up and stay up. Let's see, we'll wait for the move. We're on the 5-minute time frame on this move at the moment. You can see that was a lovely little drop on London, and then the pullback and bounce off our 50 moving average back to the outer parts of our bands, pulled back, bounced off the 50 moving average again, and now we've got a nice positive area of resistance that we're pulling back from. But we're not doing any trades at the moment. We're going to see how it is in the next 5 minutes. Let's have a quick look on the combination of the 1 and the 5. Here we go, same. We can see on the 1 minute we've broke the 50. Coming to an area of support. So on the 1 minute we're looking for buys, on the 5 it's looking like a sell. So we've got a bit of a conflict, so we're going to wait for that first move, as we did on here. We jumped in on that candle as it pulled up. We knew we were going to get a bounce to the neutral support, and it did. It bounced. We took the sells all the way down, and we're just waiting for that support level. I kind of got out around this level here. As you can see, it kind of dropped into that zone and pulled back in, and so we're just waiting for a cross on the TDI. So we could have gone on here. We're in the sell zone, so it's a risky trade, but that would have been a nice little winner going against the main trend at the time. So we'll see. It's looking like a good Open. We'll just scroll that out of the way. And also we're going to be looking at the NAS 100, so look at that. Again, it's already dropping back down again. Same pattern. We had a nice little W wave pattern. We had a nice drop on the Open, and then regained, hit an area of heavy resistance. This is a 4-hour resistance zone that we plotted on the chart. Came back, retested our support zone, bounced up, and then broke finally down to the bottom. So again, on the Open, we're probably looking for some nice buys to take us up to this level of 12526, and then probably a drop down. That's on the 1 minute, and on the 5 minute it's probably going to just spike up and then could come down to this level here, 14828. So that could be a good area to look for taking profit before we get the next big move. So we'll see as it gets closer to the Open. We're just going to focus on that 5 minutes. We've got about 5 minutes to go. We're tuned into Bloomberg, just watching this as well. So it's good to be on board watching the news. There's no other news today on the calendar. Where the balance of trade for the euro really didn't do anything. A couple of speeches, but today is all about the banks. All about, it's going to affect everything. It's about what you trade in: oil, gold, the US 30, pound dollar, pound yen, whatever. Everything's is being taken over by this news at the moment. And whether what the banks have done is enough to save the fallout, which is, we thought it hadn't been this morning, but then we've seen it pull back. So we'll keep an eye on the 1 minute before we enter. I say 1 minute's looking for a cheeky buy. Look, got to wait for that cross on the TDI, but we're not, like I say, we're not taking any trades, no positions. Like I say, if you want information on joining the group, then go to www.mohawkforex.com. All the information is in the channel, as you can see. Like I say, if we get a few multiple trades away, we're looking at 9-10 pips per trade as a TP. We want to be in and out. We're true scalping. We're not going to be holding. That's the whole idea of the game. Even just a small move to the upside here. Look to our 50s, 20, and then drop down 40. So we're going to get a bigger move than that. We'll just keep an eye on it. Just make sure we're logged in to our broker. Yep. And we're getting closer. 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go.
4 or 5 minutes away from the up and about. Futures pushing up 0.2%. Let's get some morning calls. First up, Bernstein upgrading.
So I like to see the market makers pulling everyone to thinking there's going to be buys on the open, long-term buys. Let's see if we get that little market reversal or pullback.
For the chip sector. And finally, KBW downgrading UBS to underperform, highlighting considerable uncertainty around its earnings trajectory. That stock just turned positive in the last hour.
Wow.
Why he sees further downside for equities.
Back on the 1 minute, we're dipping down. It's looking good to break, look. So we're going to get a spike up and then a jump down, or we're going to get a spike down, then jump up. We'll wait and see. We'll jump in on the move. That's the whole idea. That's why you've got to find yourself a broker with good execution. Never do pending orders. That's my personal opinion. I never set pending orders on opens or news events. It's just asking for trouble. Very often don't get filled, get pushed out of the way, and you're showing your hand as a scalper. You need to be live trading, in and out, clicking. You don't even need magic keys. So it's just dipping down here. We had a nice crash, you see in the sell here, look, and the TDI came down, beautiful. Just take this line out of the way for now so we can see the move. So we're being fooled into thinking we're going to get a drop, or we're going to be fooled into thinking we're going to get a buy and hit a double top and then a reversal down. Like I say, according to this, it looks like it's going to be the buy up and then a sell down, but let's wait for the move.
We think it's challenging to build a global company in general, but the best ones we've seen so far are ones that take very consistent.
40 seconds to go. Good luck, everybody.
Adapt them to the local countries they are operating in. So you need to be global and local at the same time.
Let's see what we can get. 20 seconds, and then we'll flip to NAS as well. Make sure we're on NAS on this. There we go. NAS looking the same, looking good for a drop. Here we go.
BSO Now is your online home for weekly Boston Symphony Orchestra and Boston Pops performances. See new concerts that go behind the scenes, plus acclaimed archival concerts. Visit bso.org/now, where the music plays on. BSO season sponsor, Bank of America.
Cool, we got 4 buys in on there. That was a quick one, just in and out, not messing around. That was 22 seconds, and that was like 40 bucks straight off the bat. Just posting that. It's a nice bullish push-up candle. Look at that. Wait for it to spike down.
Basis points on a 2-year through much of this morning on a 2-year right now.
Now we're getting the reversal.
Comes in a couple of basis points on a 2-year right now.
Going to push back up.
That's where euro dollar positive 0.5%, 107.22.
Oh, beautiful drop. Look at that. So that was your manipulation. It was the beautiful little buys on the open, as we said. Look at that rejection on the 5-minute. You can see there. Zoom in, look. Let's rock both ways.
At the open, his first republic shares extending record losses as the bank gets its second downgrade in a week. For more, Bloomberg's Kelly Lice has more.
See the CCI there pulled nice into the channel on the 1-minute. First Republic is what's doing, moving all this. Get ready for that move. Like I said, we're in on buys and sells. Let's see.
Is playing a key role in talks to save it. In what form that savior comes, though, that is still an open question. Meanwhile, the pressure on the stock is continuing. The losses today add on to 81% declines over the last 2 weeks. This was a $122 stock 2 Mondays ago, John. On this Monday morning, it is trading at $19 a share.
Said the same thing.
Watching that move.
24 hours. Remarkable, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you for that. Elsewhere in the regionals, some big moves.
Brilliant. Let's have a look. We'll close some buys on there, and we got another $30 there. I'm just going to post that as well. We took one break even and a loss of $1.31, but then we made up with wins on the others. That was just execution. Right, we're at the top now, so now I'm going to be looking for sells. So let's just get in there and have a look. It's looking like it's up against that resistance. Right. Waiting for that dip. There's the wick.
Now, relative to the bigger banks, they are also rallying on the day. That's why we have this KBW Bank Index, which is a bit of a blend between the big banks, the money center banks such as JP Morgan, B of A, Citigroup, up 23%. Being
nice manipulation. We're in the sell zones now. Let's see this push up to the top. Hit the support, the resistance on both the 1-minute and the 5-minute low.
But something important to remember, it could be to the upside or the downside. What we're looking at here in the top panel is the KRE and its implied volatility on a 10-day basis in yellow, popping sky high. Relative to the bottom panel, it's the same deal, but for the BPI.
Brilliant, we're clearing out. We're 100, we're 200, 200 up. We're just closing positions quickly now.
For the regional banks, it's still going higher, but again, volatility can go back.
Closing positions. Beautiful. Look at that. Straight off that resistance. And we managed to get $486. Just posting some more results there. And this is all in 4 minutes of scalping. Beautiful. The bars are all manipulation. Look at that. Let's just quickly watch this. It's going to break that support on the 1-minute. We're just waiting just to see. It's trapped between the support and the 50 moving average, as you can see on here. So we're just going to see we're going to drop any more on this. It's going to push down. Look at that big spike down on the 5 minute. Beautiful. That's the rejection I love to see. Look at that, there it is. Just shows you the market makers are out there. I said the buyers would be the manipulation.
The Bank of England's had to come out and address the same issue literally in the last couple of minutes. Shanali, what's changed for you after this weekend?
Counterparty risk. You have to think about the last couple of weeks and just how much pain the hedge fund community and the subsequent trading desks that banks have already felt. Banks have limits, John, on credit lines that can be extended to every client. Credit is tightening up with one globally systemic bank out of the
beautiful. Oh, just cleared another 6 positions. Excellent. So what do we get on that? We got 15, 30, 40, 50. Yes, another 100. So we're 575 up. And that, my friends, will do us. That's it. That's 6 minutes of scalping. £470, 88 pence.
Not a couple of days, not a 1 weekend solution. Got to work through a multi-month process here.
That's $575 basically in 6 minutes. Not using stupid lot sizes, not using the big account size either.
Well, good morning, John. You had a great weekend, great to be on. We think that this is the best setup we've seen since the financial crisis for the bank stock group, and the financial crisis was an actual crisis. This, in our view, is not a crisis. This is
we might go again if we get a break of this 50 moving average. Just have a quick look at the 1 minute. So we're just jumping on these moves and then we're done. That's it. 10 minutes of trading. So well happy with that.
Especially for the larger regional banks are going to shine through, and I think it's resulting in an epic opportunity on the long side.
David, if it is so idiosyncratic, why
I'm just posting all this out.
asking the FDIC to insure all deposits for 2 years? Do you get the sense that maybe it might be worse?
It certainly could be. Look, there's a lot of panic, and when you see $40 billion move out of a bank in a day, it gets people's attention. And I'm sure there are a lot of clients who are calling their banks thinking about what should they be doing with their liquidity.
And this is why we love true scalping and we love the news, and we need to take advantage of these big events when they happen. And if we just analyse what we've just seen, there is the open. We said there'd be manipulation buys. There was the pullback to trick you into the sells. You could have held sells there. You wouldn't have lost. You would have won, depending on your account size on the 1 minute. There was your manipulation buys, money making, grabbing people's pending orders. People have put orders in for buys, and as soon as it gets to hit up, beautifully laid out, bang, that was that drop. This is where I loaded up my sells. And then I just went for a cheeky little one at the end there, and then that's it, we're done. And now we'll just wait for the big move. We're looking on the 5 minutes now. We'll leave the 1 minute alone. If we concentrate on the 5 minutes, you can see it just makes a bit more sense now. You can see there was the start of the open, there was the push up, which is the manipulation. I can move that arrow now so we can see this is where the market makes its money. Because of course you're listening to the news and watching everyone saying yeah the drop's been done and the news is coming good now, but there you go, you get the manipulation to sucker punch you in. If you're true scalping like we do, we take advantage of that. We get the buys because we know it's going to happen. We know we're just in and out, and we know then there's going to be the drop, and then bang, there was the drop. Now the market will just range around. We need to wait for it to either break this resistance or break the support on the 50 before we take another position. But that's how we trade the opens. Just we know the market makers are out there trapping people, and that's why you don't do pending orders. Indicators just give me an idea of where things might reverse. That's what I'm using them for, not for entries. Entries is all on price action, listening to the news, studying the charts, looking at the move that's happened since London. We had the same thing, you know, manipulation to the upside, we'd scalp that, then the true move to the downside, then obviously as the news eased off we had the buying coming in, and this was the same for DAX, same for everything. and then on the open we go again. As we said, it was pretty much a repeat. It was the quick buys, then the sells, and now we're ranging around a little bit. Let's have a look at NAS, because we didn't take any trades on NAS. We were too focused on the 500, but let's have a look at NAS. And NAS, literally, there you go. There was your open. Again, a cheeky little buy, hit that resistance level, dropped, pulled back, dropped again. There was the main move. Now we found a level of support, and we've hit resistance. We're in a bit of a no man's land. We're looking for buys, looking for buys, we're looking for pullbacks. We've hit the daily support zone here, look. So we're looking for a buy back to that center mid-range, as you can see here, look, on the NAS.
Yeah, good morning, John. So
Let's see if that's going to push up.
And the technicals don't line up. We've talked about this on your show a couple times before. If you look at, you've only got less than a quarter of names in the S&P 500 above their 20-day, above their 50-day. We're at a lower percentage.
Yeah, look at that. Perfect. There you go. Pushing up to that resistance on the 1 minute, bouncing off the neutral support. This is a great place to be buying. You want to wait ideally for the TDI to cross if you're more risk averse. So NAS just dropping, then pulling back, and then we'll probably get a bounce down again. I'm not trading this because, like I say, I've smashed my TP for the day. Like I say, $575.71. Will do nicely. I don't need to risk that. There's no kind of major news or anything else following now, so it is purely all about this bank's. Stocks open mixed. Well, that was mixed. We caught some buys, we caught some sells, and we navigated our way through it. And once you keep doing this and practicing it, practice it on demo, practice it in a paper account, you get the feel for it. And I'm not saying you're going to be right every time, because I'm not. You're not. You can never be. But we kind of knew. We kind of had a good idea how that was going to play out, and it played out exactly as I said. Wait for this zone to be retested, which it is now, kind of getting a bit of a double top. We're going to break and go higher, in which case you're looking for buys, or we're going to reverse down off this, break the 50, and then we're going down to our daily pivot on the 5. Okay, if you flip to the 1 minute, you can see what's happening. When you see it around the center in the 1 minute, you want to leave it alone, because literally it can go either way. And you see these big moves, these big candles on the 1 minute, it can freak you out, and you can trade when you shouldn't be. Ideally, once you've used the 1 minute to focus on the open to get your reversals, then you just want to focus on the 5.
That people scrambled like crazy last week to cover, and you had a 13 standard deviation move in the U.S. Treasury 2-year note, which should never happen statistically. There's some people that got hurt.
NAS, look at that beautiful drop on NAS.
It's a massive move. Let's be clear about that. The 2-year was north of 5%. It's comfortably south of 4.
500's just ranging around now.
One place, Darryl, we've seen real outperformance off the back of that move in the bond market is the Nasdaq. Do you think mega cap tech is immune to the difficulties that we're discussing?
It doesn't look like it, according to my chart. As it's dropping like a rock. Could be looking for a pullback here. If we get into the zone again, there's no sign of a cross coming. So again, if you caught that sell, that bounce off the 50, that was a nice move to catch. We're just looking how many positions we actually closed in the end. What do we do? So I'm just going to count them up.
I think they are in the near term, and we actually like tech. We've been favorable on tech for some time, and we think we like what's happened year to date. I mean, most people don't realize the tech sector is up 11–12% year to date. You know, besting the S&P by over 1,000 basis points. So there's big moves that are happening there, but I don't know that I'd call them immune, because I think that would be a faulty statement.
So 24, yeah, we took 24 positions. We had one break even and one loss of £1.31, about $2, and the rest was all wins. So yeah, 23. patience. As I said, we've got no positions open at the moment because we've more than smashed it. We really wanted to get stuck in and ride the wave of that open and capture that big momentum, the big moves, and we've done it. NAS, is it going to break this level of support? Looks like, and it's going to go down. Dropping. Look at the tech on that. Look at that.
I'm going to name a couple of your babies. I don't know if I'm asking you to choose amongst your children, but you know, some of the most recognizable buildings by you, of course, the Millennium Bridge, London City Hall, the Reichstag, and the Great British Museum. What was your favorite project?
I'm just going to go 10 more minutes. Like I said, the whole idea about this and true scalping is basically we're not sat watching the charts. I like to log in 30 minutes, 20 minutes before the market opens, so I'm not analysing too much and talking myself out of trades, focusing on what is in the news, which was the 500 and the NAS, and it was DAX, and you could have done the cable on the London Open. So pick 1-2 things, that's it. The news is around, based around for that day, and you know, set up your charts. Like I say, half an hour, grab a coffee, listen to one of the news channels, have a quick look at investing.com, see what's going on, give yourself an idea of where you think things might be going, and then just wait for the move, and that's it. You know, it doesn't have to be that hard. It's just practice, and it's kind of repetitive, doing the same thing every day, both opens, bang bang bang, and then it becomes far easier to read and less scary as well. And obviously your risk tolerance has got to be up there, because you're going to see some big wicks, big whipsaw moves that can worry you if you're not used to knowing where they're going to reverse, or you know, how far they're going to go. So you've got to have a certain kind of mentality to do this kind of trading. Look at that drop on NAS, beautiful. It's coming down on the one. It's going to find support. I'm so tempted to jump in on this. I really didn't want to take any more trades, but it's really falling off the edge here when they're saying tech's unaffected. It obviously doesn't look like it. And we could wait for a reversal.
The Federal Reserve Bank and Jerome Powell are ultimately responsible for the oversight and supervision of these banks.
It's going to be interesting to see what. See, 500's not doing anything. Not doing anything now. If we've scalped that open, we made, you know, like I say, 500 bucks just scalping these two candles. That's it. And really, in the scheme of things, when you zoom out, it's a nonsense move. This is the good thing about true scalping. Most people would look at this and go, why the hell are we even, it's just a range, there's nothing there, there's no break. But we're in and out before most traders are even laid a single trade. We've done 23 trades and we're done.
Fed chairman amid turmoil across the banking sector. This coming as Powell prepares to deliver the Fed's next decision on Wednesday.
500, look, just up and down, arranging around the same. This is where you just know it to leave it alone.
Not surprised by how this has played out over the weekend.
Let me just get the NAS up on the big chart. Let's have a look at the bigger picture here on the 5.
She called him a dangerous man during that hearing in September 2021, and now she is really pointing the
Yeah, see, you would have got an alert saying drop in the zone, and then you get the cross on the TDI, look, and then you just wait for it to break that 50, bang. So this is where you should have entered the trade and then taken 10 pips, 15 pips out of the market. And now we broke this support zone up. Nice rejection of this bigger support zone that's coming down again to test it.
You have a coalition of these mid-sized banks asking regulators to do just that, lift that insurance threshold.
Yeah, I did it right. I broke my own rules there, but I dipped in on that move. I just saw that push down, and I was just so tempted to see if this wick's going to be filled before it bounced back up again. But I did it there. I took just 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on NAS there. We managed to get 10, 20, just another $30. I mean, you know, didn't risk a lot, just 0.3 on the lot sizes. Just going to show that in the group so they can see I'm telling the truth. So that's took us to 600. and that's just in 21 minutes of trading.
This is one individual that potentially get involved in shoring up some of these
I could push it, but I don't want to, like I say, overstay my welcome. I really shouldn't have taken that trade. Good thing I got out. Look, because it's reversing. This is what you've got to see. It's just, I saw that move. I knew I could get 5-6 pips out of it. Ideally, the indicators are telling me it's buy time. Look, as you can see, here we go. Look, saying they're pulling up. I just wanted to see if it's going to do this wick, fill this wick. That's a big support zone. It's bounced off, as you can see. Look, 1, 2. It's hit that 3 times now, and now we're at the daily resistance. So, you know, let's see what's going to happen here. Nice pull up, and we're going to get across on the TDI. If so, then we're going up to the next level. There's a chance of 30 pips possibly. Wait for that candle to finish. 2 minutes to go, because anything can happen. This is the thing, you never assume. Just because it's looking bullish now doesn't mean it could finish in the red and then you've blown your trade. Don't jump in. I mean, I did jump in there. I shouldn't have done, but I was just tempted by that little move. Got to sit on my hands. You know, just got to follow your rules for the sake of 30 bucks. But
the story about banks pulling back on lending.
2 minutes to go.
Here's what's happened recently. This is only every month from the Fed, but you take a look at this and.
So we traded the hell out of US 500. We've done a few on NAS. That's pretty good. Like I say, we're 601.82 for the session. It's only trading 0.3 on that. 4 positions in and out. As soon as I see some green, I'll take it, thanks. And this is what I mean. Look at that. You see how many would have jumped in on that buy thinking this candle is going to break that resistance, and it hasn't. It's pulled back from it. This way you've got to wait for the candle to finish. Look at that. Now it's rejecting. Could finish bullish. I don't know. No one knows. This is why you don't just go, hey, it looks like a bullish candle. I best get my buys in, because we're sat against a tasty resistance. It could just range between the zone now. Like I said, you didn't get the cross on the TDI. The TDI cross is your safety net. I usually get in before it, but it's kind of like confirms what I'm thinking. And also the community channel index is also coming back in for the buy. So it's still buys, you know, if you had to flip a coin, it's still saying the buyers are more favourable, but it doesn't mean you enter the trade yet. This could still drop all the way back down here, below 50 pips of your account before you even get a chance to take the buy. Chairman Powell and his 0.25, or it's going to be 0.5. 30 seconds left on this, look. And we're going to go down for more sells. We're rejecting. We're done for the day. I've already logged out of my broker, so I'm not tempted to take any more trades. 27 trades, just 1 loss and 1 break even. That'll do. That will do. Like I say, I love jumping in on these big news events. Now, as you see, look, there you go, and there's the proofing point. Look at that, it was a sell in the end. What you should have done is enter a sell. I would have entered a sell. There you go, and now I would have been in and I would have been out the trade. This is how you true scalp. See, again, if you'd assumed that that was going to be the pullback, bang, you'd have just been out the trade and you'd have to cut your loss. So we're just watching price action rules when it comes to fundamentals as well. The buy is on the table at some point, but you want confirmation. We want a support level for it to bounce off. We want some indicators to help. And also we're in that bearish market because of the news, so any buy could be short-lived, as we saw on the open. We flip to the 1 minute as well, have a look. With the combination, look, the 1 minute is pretty much saying the same thing. Look, there was a sell there, there's an attempted buy, you could have gone in for a cheeky buy there, and you had a cross on the sell here. Look, you see, this is why it dropped back down again, and it's now sat on its 1 minute support. This is why we're ranging around. It's kind of trapped. But to unconfuse things, you can just focus on the 5 minute and just use the 1 minute to try and... If things get stuck in a rut and you want to know why isn't it moving? And then just check to the 1 minute and then you can go, okay, I can see now what it's fighting. Coming down, look, as I said. So you should have grabbed sells. I should have got 3 or 4 positions on this one. And that would have been a nice, if you'd sold here, look, that would have been another 20 pips. Easy. Let's see what we can get on gold when you start speaking and watch those big moves. Bank of England, again, rate decision on Thursday. Durable goods Friday. We'll be trading all this as well. It's a great week, another great week. If you're a fundamental trader.
Are you one of them?
Still to come this week from New York. This was the countdown to the open. This is Bloomberg.
Thank you. So we're just going to go a couple more minutes, watch this move, and then that's it. We are done. There's no reason to hang around. We've hit our daily take profit. Well, we beat it, and that's what you've got to do. Don't go on thinking about a roll and say, hey, look, I've earned this amount of money. Why don't I hang around for another 3-4 hours and I could make 3-4 thousand? That's when you end up losing. Get overconfident, over cocky, and the arrogance kicks in. You think you know better, and then your one candlestick will go the opposite way. You'll take a loss, then it'll be a loss again, loss again. Next minute you've given back half for all your profits. Honestly, just whether you're making $5, $10, $100, it doesn't matter. Once you've had a run, when you're trading these opens and news events, end the day. That's it. End in green. Feel good about your trading. Take the positivity. You'd never want to end on a losing trade. If you can help it, you do, of course, but you don't want to. And obviously, the more you trade, the more you're opening yourself up to have that happen to you. So, you know, don't overstay your welcome. Other people say the same thing. Once I get half an hour after the opens and there's no other news following, I'm done. That's it. Because tomorrow's another day and we'll go again for the London Open, and we'll be trading. Tomorrow we've got the ZEW economic sentiment, which usually moves DAX. We can have a little look at that, and then we just got existing home sales. So nothing major, but again, news events that again, this comes half an hour after the open, that will just give us a few pips. And then we're all set up for Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday really are the main days for trading this week if you're true scalping fundamentals as we do. So, but there's the move you see. Look, it just, you know, hasn't come down and filled that wick yet. If you'd entered a buy here, you'd have been, you might be holding, depends on the size of your account. But you'd be thinking, is it going to break? Is it going to break back up? It's a hell of a resistance level for it to get back over at the moment, looking at where everything is. Until we get a push up on the TDI, it's going nowhere. And you could put buys in now, and this thing could just sink lower and lower until it gets this level, retests this level again like it did here, look, for the 3rd time. So you can just keep watching this, jumping in and out. There you go. Look, there's the push up. Beautiful. Now, is it going to break again? Again, no FOMO. You've got a cross on the TDI, but you want to wait until it's broken above this area here. Look, half an hour. Look, as soon as it gets that spot on half an hour, you saw that move. Almost like we've had a second open. But it doesn't mean this is the real move. So what I'd do now if I was trading this is literally get ready to hit the buys, but wait for that candle to finish above this resistance, not take the trade now, because I could be entering buys now at the top, and guess what, this thing pulls back. So 50-50, you're gambling then, 50-50. This looks good because you've got the cross, it's sticking, but you want to wait them next 4 minutes. So we'll keep watching this in the group. But we're all done. That was a nice session. I hope you guys learned something from it and what we're about. And if you like how I trade and you want me to teach you, then obviously, like I say, come along and join the Discord group and have me as your mentor, and go to the website www.mohawkforex.com for information. And you can leave a message, give me a like, and I'll try and help you. So yeah, you can watch this candle. It's looking good, still not guaranteed, still got 3 minutes left before we'd enter a trade on this. And as long as the CCI hasn't gone to the top of the channel, then we're in. So look at it reject, you see, so it's having a tough time, so we'll watch that. Just going to post on here. So I'm just saying, join me again on the next live stream, which should be Wednesday evening UK time, ready for the Fed, and we'll see what we can scalp as Chairman Powell is talking. It's going to be very interesting. We'll probably go in on gold and the 500 on that as well again, and see what we can bag and see if we can analyze beforehand. But again, thank you for joining, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Till then, trade safe and keep watching that news. Cheers everybody.